Yellowstone Supervolcano Super-Eruptions were produced by gigantic ancient ocean plates, study finds from Virginia Tech. The long-dormant Yellowstone Supervolcano, called a Sleeping Beauty or Godzilla, Sleeping Godzilla. Now, it's in Wyoming, the state of Wyoming, and it has a different history than previously thought, according to this new study. The long-dormant Yellowstone Supervolcano, according to a new study by Virginia Tech geoscientists. They thought that Yellowstone caldera, part of the Rocky Mountains and located mostly in Wyoming, is powered by heat from the Earth's core, similar to most volcanoes, such as the recently active Kilauea volcano of Hawaii. But new research published in Nature Geoscience by Ying Zhu, an associate professor with the Virginia Tech College of Science Department of Geoscience, shows a different past for Yellowstone. He says in this research, there was no evidence of heat coming directly up from the Earth's core to power the surface volcano at Yellowstone. He said instead, the underground images we captured suggest that Yellowstone volcanoes were produced by a gigantic ancient oceanic plate that dove under the western United States about 30 million years ago. This ancient oceanic plate broke into pieces, and it resulted in perturbations of unusual rocks in the mantle, which led to volcanic eruptions in the past 16 million years. The eruptions are very explosive, he added. A theoretical seismologist, Zhu, created X-ray-like images of the Earth's deep interior from US Array, which is part of the EarthScope project funded by National Science Foundation. He discovered an anomalous underground structure at a depth of about 250 to 400 miles, right underneath the line of volcanoes. He says this evidence was in direct contradiction to the plume model. In her study, Zhu found the new images of the Earth's deep interior showed the Oceanic Farallon plate, which used to be where the Pacific plate is now, where the Pacific Ocean is now. It wedged itself beneath the present-day Western United States. The ancient oceanic plate was broken into pieces, just like the seafloor in the Pacific today. A section of the subducted oceanic plate started tearing off, and it started sinking down deep into the earth. The sinking section of the oceanic plate slowly pushed hot materials upward to form the volcanoes that now make up Yellowstone. Furthermore, the series of volcanoes that make up Yellowstone have been slowly moving, achingly so, ever since. Quote, the process started at the Oregon-Idaho border about 16 million years ago and propagated northeastward, forming a line of volcanoes that are progressively younger as they stretch northeast to present-day Wyoming. The previously held plume model was used to explain the unique Yellowstone hotspot track, the line of volcanoes in Oregon, Idaho, and Wyoming that dots part of the Midwest. Quote, if the North American plate was moving slowly over a position-fixed plume at Yellowstone, it would displace older volcanoes towards the Oregon-Idaho border and form a line of volcanoes, but such a deep plume has not been found, Zhu said. So what caused the track? Zhu intends to find out. It has always been a problem there. The scientists have tried to come up with different ways to explain the cause of Yellowstone volcanoes, but it has been unsuccessful, she said, adding that hotspot tracks are more popular in oceans, such as the Hawaii Islands. The frequent geyser eruptions at Yellowstone are, of course, not volcanic eruptions with magma, but due to superheated water. The last Yellowstone super-eruption was about 630,000 years ago, according to experts. Zhu has no predictions on when or if Yellowstone could erupt again. The use of X-ray-like images for the study is unique in itself. Just as humans can see objects in a room when a light is on, Zhu said seismometers can see structures deep within the earth when an earthquake occurs. The vibrations spread out and create waves when they hit rocks, and the waves are detected by seismometers and used in what is known as diffraction tomography. Zhu said this is the first time the new imaging theory has been applied to this type of seismic data, which allowed us to see anomalous structures in the Earth's mantle that would otherwise not be resolvable using traditional methods. Now Zhu will continue her study of Yellowstone. She said the next step will be to increase the resolution of the X-ray-like images of the underground rock. More detailed images of the unusual rocks in the deep earth will allow us to use computer simulation to recreate the fragmentation of gigantic oceanic plate and test different scenarios of how rock melting and magma feeding systems work for the Yellowstone volcano. This is by Materials Virginia Tech, Ying Zhu, Anomalous Mantle Transition Zone Beneath Yellowstone Hotspot Track, Nature Geosciences, on Science Daily. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.